sudden death penalties. That's why we're late. That's why we got the late. And the last game with the penalties as well, so all the football news stuff sort of stuff. The board member Steph Branch is just waiting for it to finish so everyone can do the presentation and everyone can go home. Oh my god. Chaos. If I want to be warm, like, go outside, my house is colder than this. Oh, that's right. We needed permission from people to do something. Just trying to keep her outside the window because it's all like normal number one people in a holiday. What's wrong with it? Actually, you may have photographed her for the Wanderers.
University of New South Wales, number 32, Ashley James. Manley United 0, University of New South Wales 2.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Football New South Wales coverage of the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. We're on the Northern Beaches for blah, 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 blah.
Ashley James in the 88th minute. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stick around in 12 minutes' time. We'll have our main game, NPL New South Wales Women's, between your Manley United FC and the University of New South Wales. Ensure that your business or organisation is kept neat and tidy with Brown Brothers Skip Bins. Founded by Wayne and Gary Brown, Brown Brothers Skip Bins are the best in waste management, from disposal and clean-ups to recycling and even secure document disposal. Highly effective and environmentally friendly, Brown Brothers Skip Bins will ensure that you aren't trying to push the proverbial up a hill. So give Brown Brothers Skip Bins a call on 9999 6466 or visit them at www.brownbrothersbins.com.au. Brown Brothers Skip Bins, their business is picking up. Team Sport. Take your game to the next level with a great range of football jersey, kits and accessories, perfect for any club or casual team. 100% Australian owned, with the best in customer service and turnaround, you can be assured that you will be looking your sporting best when you go out on the field. So get in touch with JK and the team at Unit 1, 16 Aquatic Drive, Francis Forest, or go online at bestteamsport.com.au. Best Team Sport, official clothing partners of your Manley United FC. Ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm that the lineups for NPL New South Wales Women's between your Manley United FC and the University of New South Wales have been submitted, and they are as follows. For the University of New South Wales, number 1, Tina Robertson. Number 5, Leah Buxty. Number 6, Chloe Smith. Number 11, Marcela Santos. Number 15, Sabine Montenegro. Number 37, Abigail Evans. Number 44, Maya Cameron. Number 45, Talia Backhouse. Number 48, Jasmine Limon. Number 49, Abby Lemon. Number 88, Sarah Moore. And on the bench, number 3, Jasmine Maguire. Number 7, Amanda Levaskovich. I'll get there eventually. Number 9, Tiana Pekovsky. Number 21, Alexandra Hinson. Number 24, Alessia Dalpan. And number 30, Isabella Stinziani.
She is.
And now, the lineups for your Manley United FC. Number 2, Phoebe Gilbay. Number 5, Nicole Stewart. Number 9, Emily Manette. Number 10, Alexia Karastar. Number 11, Tegan Biasi. Number 12, Ariella Cabella. Number 14, Leah Burton. Number 15, Emily Busto. Number 20, Sian Bozanic. Number 21, Jodie Dreamer. And number 34, Corinne Winter. And on the bench, number 6, Ruby Jackson. years' experience within the Northern Beaches. Combining a wide range of knowledge and understanding with a local and personal touch, Upstate Real Estate delivers 5-star service with the drive and passion that your property deserves. Featuring our very own Johnny Hall, Upstate has one goal for you, to help you find yourself in a better place. So give Upstate Real Estate a call on 9971 9000 or visit www.upstate.com.au. Upstate Real Estate, proud partners of your Manley United FC.
Good evening, everyone. We hope you're enjoying your Sunday night here. Thanks for joining us on the Football New South Wales YouTube page, NPL Women's New South Wales action from the home of football on the Northern Beaches, Cromer Park, Manley United versus the University of New South Wales. Well, for Manley United, after a rough run of form, things are looking up in the last 2 weeks. 3-0 wins over Blacktown, or 3-0 win over Blacktown Spartans, and then a 6-1 win over the Football New South Wales Institute. 2 very successful trips to Western Sydney for the women from the Beaches, and they are looking to keep their finals hopes alive with 3 points here tonight. for University of New South Wales. It's been tricky in recent times, but they're in the mix of a heated battle to avoid finishing bottom of the NPL Women's Club Championship. And they'll be hoping to recreate the good feeling from the women's reserve grade game just before this one, which the students won by 2-0. Here are the starting lineups. Firstly, for Manley United, we're expecting a 3-5-2. In goal for them, number 21, Jodie Draver. The three at the back, number 12, Ariela Cabezas. Number 34, Corinne Winkler. And number 14, Leah Burton. 5 across the midfield. On the left, we think it'll be number 5, Nicole Stewart. On the right, the captain, number 2, Phoebe Gilbane. And in the centre, number 15, Emily Basto. Number 20, Sian Bozanic. And number 10, Alexia Karistal. 2 up front, number 11, Tegan Biasi. And number 9, Manly's top scorer for the season, Emily Minette. Now, for University of New South Wales, I'm not going to hazard a formation. I haven't studied their form enough this season, but their starting lineup is in goal for them, number 1, Tiana Robertson. Then number 5, Leah Puxty. Number 6, Chloe Smith. Number 11, Marcela Santos. Number 15, Sabine Montenegro. Number 37, Abigail Evitz. Number 44, Maya Cameron. Number 45, Talia Backhouse. Number 48, Jasmine Lamont. Number 49, Abby Lemon. And number 88, Sarah Moore. For those of you less familiar with these two teams, normal kits for both. It's the dark blue kit for the team from the Northern Beaches as we get underway. Manly United in blue. And for the students, University of New South Wales in the gold jerseys with the black shorts. It certainly has been another fascinating NPL women's season as Manly are on the move straight away through Stewart. Low into the box away by Puxty and back in. And there's an early shot from an unlikely position, but it sails over Tiana Robertson's crossbar. By the way, the substitutes, 5 on the Manly bench. Christy Cannon-Gieser is the backup keeper. The others are Ava Roberts, Ruby Jackson. Good to see Ruby back on a matchday team sheet. Then Hallie Smith and Ellie Kerr. While for UNSW, they've picked the maximum of 6 subs allowed under the regulations. The backup keeper is Ali Hinson. The others, Jasmine Maguire, Amanda Lavaskovich, Tiana Petkovsky, Alessia Dalpani, and Isabella Stinziani. As that's sent forward by the students. And then across the field by Santos. Sarah Moore cushions it. Now the ball, it's an early ball forward, and Santos now putting pressure under Burton. She could get an early chance here. Burton holds her up. And then the shot blocked by Burton as well. By the way, before I forget, shout out to the third team, the match officials. Lara Hogan has the whistle. She's in the centre tonight. The assistant closest to us, Hannah Sheridan. The assistant on the far side is Lucas Klosterhoff. And finally, our coaches. Manly United, coached by Tom Hopley in his 4th season, taking charge of the Manly United women's first grade team. And for UNSW, it's a long-time club man who's done a lot of coaching across the men's and women's spaces for UNSW. It is Gabriel Knowles. I will try and go around the grounds, and of course, the beauty of being back here on the Football New South Wales YouTube page, as Karistal does well to find Biasi, and Biasi gets round Puxty, looking for Minette. A couple of touches to take it outside of the box. Now Santos very deep, deeper than I think UNSW would want. That will go out of play, but yes, of course, the beauty of YouTube pages, or broadcasting on YouTube is, of course, just open one tab for each game you want to see, and then you'll be able to catch up with all the action. And if you miss anything, you just click backwards on the stream. Really as simple as that. You don't even need a YouTube account. There's one other game which was scheduled for a 7 p.m. kickoff, and that is down at Lambert Park, home of Sydney's best barista, with RPL Leichhardt. And their team, of course, led by the Queen of Blacktown, Ashley Crofts. RPL Leichhardt are hosting Blacktown Spartans. So if you're the multi-screening type, you can watch both of these games at the same time. Although, of course, I would recommend muting the Arpia versus Blacktown Spartan stream so you can listen to me. And in case you hadn't figured it out by now, this is Eric Subihano on the mic from the Lucas Neal stand here at Cromer as Bozanic plays it forward to Stewart. Early overlapping run from Cabezas, but I think UNSW at least slowing down that Manly attack. Bozanic. That will end up being a UNSW throw. So, of course, plenty of interesting action. This is the latest this end, RPS Spartans, the latest of the kickoffs for this round 20 of NPL Women's New South Wales. In case you're wondering, this is now at 7 p.m. instead of the originally published 6:15 p.m. Cromer Park, the venue for the Football New South Wales State Cup Finals, a knockout competition for all the community football teams, the local park football teams in Football New South Wales. And as these finals days, things tend to happen, a couple of games went to penalties, so we're running a bit behind schedule. This game got pushed back. As Carastal, a bit of a disguise on that one. Burton whips it in. Winkler was up from the back. Look for her at set pieces. She scored last week against Football New South Wales Institute. Manley winning 6-1 there, but that will just go through to Tiana Robertson. And by the way, what a couple of months this young keeper, Tiana Robertson, has had for UNSW. Started the season with them, but as Minette, I hold that thought because Minette is onside, and hurrying back is Chloe Smith, of all people. But Tiana Robertson, who was once of Emerging Jets before moving to UNSW, but at the very late on in the A-League women's season, she actually signed a contract with her hometown Newcastle Jets, and they really caught the eye in her Jets debut, making a string of incredible saves. I think it was an away game at Adelaide, which Newcastle ended up winning in no small part thanks to Robertson's goalkeeping. But here is the first corner of the game, going to the home side. As has been the case since Alexia Carastal moved here in the mid-season registration window after the end of her A-League women commitments with the Mariners. Carastal, Manley's number 10, to take the dead ball. Winkler's up there, but it takes a touch. Bazanage back into the blender. But there's plenty of shouting, and UNSW had control of it with more. Nice first-time pass. Santos. And by the way, like Marcela Santos with a sartorial look that I love. Short sleeves and gloves. As someone whose hands get cold really, really easily, makes sense to me that you would reach for the gloves before the long sleeve jersey. So yeah, I fully support that look. As Biasi is into the box and shoots, and Tegan Biasi scores. It's a great start for Manly United. And the team from the Northern Beaches have really drawn a line in the sand here. 6 minutes played. Tegan Biasi with her 4th of the season has a thumping finish. And Manly 1, UNSW 0. Oh, the rebound. You always tell your forwards to be alert. Biasi was. When the ball rebounded to her, she charged into the box and smashed it past Robertson, who had no chance. Tegan Biasi. And yes, Manly, who haven't scored too many early goals this season, looking at the breakdown of their goal scoring, in that sense, they've been very much a second-half team, but they are starting this contest very much in the ascendancy. As there's an adventurous run. Good first touch from Santos. And Santos to Smith. Smith on a left foot and then cannot link up with a teammate. So goal kick. It's breathless stuff. And might flag things in advance. Those State Cup finals earlier. Here where games all day here on the main field at Cromer Park and on the synthetic field behind our filming position. I was actually the ground announcer. I've been here since 8 a.m., so it's been a very long day. How the second half of this commentary will go, well, your guess is as good as mine. Short goal kick, then Draver finding Burton. Gilbane keeps it alive. Carastal has pulled out wide, right in front of her coach, Tom Hopley. Ooh, interesting ball. Basto was making a nice run. And Stewart turns past a defender. I think that's Cameron. And Stewart, well, this UNSW trying to close in. Stewart still has the ball and a bit of support with Biasi, tonight's goal scorer. Cabezas going direct towards Manette, and he was going to nod it towards goal surely, but a good defensive header from Chloe Smith. Moore out wide. Here's Abby Lemon. And then Winkler booming it forward as almost a couple of uni defenders getting in each other's way. That's Talia Backhouse, who's at least in these early stages drifting all over the field. Well, just a
quick run through the today's fixtures in NPL Women's New South Wales. So we'll try and I'll have a look at our YouTube page in a moment to see what the scores were. But yeah, up at Northbridge Oval, an outrageously cold venue. I know Bulls played Northwest Sydney Spirit. And the 5 p.m. kickoffs, MacArthur Rams versus Northern Tigers, a 2022 grand final rematch. That one it was Sydney University versus Sydney Olympic at the Sydney Uni ground. I know that one was called by Mel Muscat. And by the way, shout out to Melissa Muscat, fast becoming a Football New South Wales media icon. She made history for us, for our media team last night, becoming the first woman ever to call an NPL Men's New South Wales game. And Melissa did a great job at the Palace calling Marconi versus St George City. But yeah, and the other 5 p.m. women's kickoff today is the distance derby, as I like to call it, Illawarra Stingrays versus Emerging Jets. Santos poking it forward and Backhouse, good speed, so it needs the second defender. And the second defender was Corinne Winkler to prevent Backhouse getting into the Manley penalty area. Bodies hit the synthetic turf and University of New South Wales free kick. Good use of the body from Marcela Santos, and as a player with a long background in futsal, I have seen her play quite a bit for Mascot Vipers in the Futsal Premier League, and Hakoa as well. So no surprise she can use her body efficiently as Montenegro swings it in, and it's played away by Manley. The one NPL women's game I haven't mentioned yet was the game at the always odd kickoff time at 5:10 p.m. I have no idea why Gladesville Ravens do this for their home games at the Arctic Circle, but anyway, there was a 5:10 p.m. game between Gladesville Ravens and Football New South Wales Institute. I think another one of our iconic women in the media team, Annabelle Banfield, was calling that one. Well done to Annabelle. She's also an Interlions under-20 player, as Biasi has the ball on halfway. And on Sunday, Annabelle rushes from whatever game she has to do commentary for us. Good on her. As rushing here is Gilbane. Couldn't quite wrap a foot around it to get the bend on it. It's a nice far post run from Stewart, but Robertson claims the cross. I think that's Puxty, but Puxty does not find a target for that ball forward. And a touch of the ball for the Manly United coach, Tom Hopley. We also have, as Gilbane booms it forward, I do also have, perhaps when we got a bit more of a break in play, full set of scores from League One Women's. Shout out as always to Football New South Wales reporter Justin Davies for keeping me updated there. I know Justin Davies was watching a team I'm quite fond of today, as we'll hold that thought as it is Biasi chopping inside. Now finds, saw Manette. Cabezas first time. It's wide. Yes, Justin Davies at the second tier match of the round, League One Women's. That was he was at 5 Sports in Caringbah for St George FC versus Hills United. Well done to Hills United as well for being the last League One Women's team left in the Sapphire Cup, and wishing the women of the Hills all the best wishing the women of the Hills all the best with Wednesday's Sapphire Cup game against Sydney University at my favourite venue in world sport, Bella Vista Public School. Gotta love a synthetic field inside a public school. It's good ball from Santos, so Winkler has to hurry, and now it's Lemon battling for possession. Caristal back, and wasn't quite able to secure it, so Uni right side of the box, and now there's no targets in the middle here, so if that's cut back, that's a great result for the students, their first corner. Justin is also he must be watching, because he's just suddenly sent me a bunch of NPL women's updates. Thanks, Justin. Because what would my commentary be if someone named Justin wasn't bailing me out? So Spirit beat Bulls 1-0 at Northbridge Oval. Sydney University beat Sydney Olympic 4-1. And as I like the way Justin Davies put this, Ravens 4, Kids 1. Kids being Institute, of course. So it looks like Gladesville Ravens really froze out Football New South Wales Institute at the Arctic Circle today. Now, I think left foot suggests Montenegro is taking that one. Decent ball there. Dravers up, doesn't catch it cleanly, and it's sent away from danger by Emily Basto. So 1-0 to Manley United. If you've just joined us, Eric Subihano on the mic here from Cromer. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday night. Hope you're a lot warmer than we are here at Cromer. An early goal from Tegan Biasi is what separates the two sides. Moore can't reel it in, but acknowledges the quality of the pass there. While I'm in the mood, let's gradually go through League One women's scores. So 2-2 draw between Central Coast Mariners and South Coast Flame. In the Battle of the Lions, Bankstown City Lions beat Inter Lions by 6-1. By the way, maybe one day I'll tell people who my favorite Inter Lions player of all time is. It's not Annabelle. She's close, but anyway, that's a story for another time. A 1-1 draw between Camden Tigers and Marconi Stallions. In the stream game, a 1-1 draw between St. George FC and Hills United. It's an interesting matchup, that. I've called a men's game between St. George FC and Hills United. I've never ever called a women's game between those two. Can't remember ever even watching a women's game between those two. Maybe it'll happen someday. But anyway, in the League One women's game there, as Stewart works it back to Cabeza, she just sends it forward. Now UNSW will take over with Abigail Everts and goes back to the keeper Robertson. But yeah, in the League One women's stream game, Kaylee Shannon opened the scoring for Hills United, but there was a late equalizer for St. George FC to earn the share of the points, and it was an incredible free kick from Jordan Baker. Jordan Baker, kind of a League One women's legend for scoring so many goals at St. George FC and also with her previous club, Sutherland. The other League One women's scores, Southeast Phoenix 0, Nepean FC 1. In a big game at the top of the table, SD Raiders came back from, were twice behind, but still beat Mount Druitt Town Rangers by 3-2. That's interesting for both the League One Women's Premiership and the race to finish top of the club championship. Nice ball forward to Biasi and Minette. I think she stayed onside, but Robertson, well, we saw this when she was at Newcastle Jets. Robertson, a very good sweeper keeper, very confident with her feet. Actually, I remember seeing that at Emerging Jets as well with Robertson. So she, the uni shot stopper, pretty comfortable there, despite Emily Minette closing her down. This is frantic stuff. Oh, loving the tempo here as the ball goes into the middle, and it could have been a bit nervous for Northern Beaches folk, but Jodie Draver calms things down. But yes. Oh, and one final score from League One Women's. I love that league so much, but Biasi, good target play. Basto to Stewart, and Cabezas already overlapping, so this could be promising. But Stewart decides to arc inside now towards Minette, and Robertson gets a hold of it before Manley's ace goal poacher can pounce. But yes, in the latest of the League One women's games at Landon Stadium, Blacktown City 0, Sutherland Strikers 1. So, and I'm told that the winning goal for Sutherland, who've really improved since mid-season, Sutherland's winning goal came from actually a player Uni of New South Wales, Abby Lemon, will be very familiar with. Her Sydney FC teammate, Lucy Johnson, scored the winner. And what do you know it? The team at Torrington kept a clean sheet. Of course they did. Also in the NPL Women's Distance Derby, 2-2 between Illawarra Stingrays and Emerging Jets. The kids from the Hunter Valley have really picked it up in recent times. A couple of big wins. I mean, UNSW will know all about their quality because UNSW fell to defeat to the Jets at Lake Macquarie, and Jets also defeated high-flying Sydney Olympic as well. So, despite their youth, definitely a team to be taken seriously. Here's Montenegro, 1-on-1, well, not 1-on-2 now, as Caristal, who provides so much in both attacking and defending for Manley. She's been a great pickup for this team, and Caristal wins the free kick. Now, it's Burton, yeah, surely they're just not letting Burton trot up like that. Yeah, she was just looking for the spot to restart the game, and we're back underway. Robertson, as I love it when goalkeepers do, being very vocal at the back, yelling out the instructions. Now, Manley initially letting Uni having the ball before pressing, and that pressure has resulted in a throw-in on the far side of the field. There's been a goal at Lambert Park. Blacktown Spartans and their incredibly bright orange kit are leading by a goal to nil over RPL Leichhardt. Hurled forward there by Manley, and despite the two defenders, Manette's going to give it her best efforts, and she knows there was a touch of Uni. So did Uni. An attacking throw-in coming up. So Cabezas, given what we just saw with that throw-in, I wonder if she'll go direct again. Another throw-in. You stand firm at the far corner of the field, of course. Just a word of warning, the camera can zoom in, my eyes can't, so I will do my best when it's on what I like to call, here at Cromer Park, the far post side of the fields, naming it after the far post, that clubhouse, which is opposite us. Burton crossing halfway before Backhouse puts the pressure on. That's broken up in midfield by Chloe Smith. Oh, wait. Chloe Smith, a former emerging Jets player, just like Tiana Robertson. Actually, also a 3-3 draw at Linwood Park between MacArthur Rams and Northern Tigers. So lots of goals in that particular zoological battle. And plenty of goals for the Serbian Martin Tyler, Nikola Pozder to call down there at St. Helens Park. As Lemon, that's a good tackle. Now, let's see. Manley, despite the lead, I mean, surely they'll know they're in for a game because their defenders, courtesy of the UNSW attackers, not getting that much time on the ball. And Justin Davies telling me, I'm lucky that he's bored on the train. Well, I'm lucky for many reasons, but yeah, just add that one to the list. Now, look, the sprint here and the speed from Biasi as the yellow jerseys stream back. Now, touch works its way, and Carastalo, right idea, tried to return the favor for Emily Basto. So it wasn't too far away from linking up. Robertson starts to wave everyone forward and will just go for distance. Now forward towards Backhouse, and then there's no one forward at Backhouse, so, well, thought it was going to be easy for Manley, but there we go, that point again I just made. And Backhouse even putting pressure on Draver. Couple of bounces, and then Biasi. Caught offside, flag up from Hannah Sheridan, assistant on the near side. Winkler. Now Stewart across halfway, and he's quite pacey as well, but then just a bit too many yellow jerseys in her way. Yeah, of course, loving the up-tempo start, the opening 22 minutes, but hard to keep that up for the full 90 minutes, so I wonder if the coaching staff, both teams, will kind of instruct their players, maybe pick their moments to at least slow things down. A lot of football ahead of us as Gilbane runs into Moore. Now here's Montenegro. And that's Boone forward. But going back to Sabine Montenegro, I always like it when I see someone whose last name is also a country. So, although I don't think she is Montenegrin. Could be wrong, though. Shout out also to my good friend Lockie France, by the way. As Lemon dropping from midfield between the centre backs. Helped start the play, but Winkler has ended that uni passing move. Cabezas on the far touchline, right in front of the patrons at the far post. Let me tell you, it's a wonderful place to watch football. If you ever have a chance to come up to the northern beaches, yes, I know it's a long way away for a lot of you, but if you ever have a chance to watch a game of football from the deck at the far post, I highly recommend it. Offside, I think, against Backhouse, and then, well, Lucas Kosterhoff puts the flag down again because Manley are on the move. Montenegro has to use a body well. Robertson is up. And who does it break for? It breaks for Biasi. Now, Emily Manette shoots. Good save. Robertson got down well. And no second chances, no rebounds for any Manley players. Emily Manette scored 13 times this season. And I think in recent times, I think twice last weekend when Manley beat Institute 6-1, and also a goal in the 3-0 win by Manley over Spartans. If memory serves me correctly, Emily Manette led Manley in scoring last year and doing so again this campaign, which isn't really surprising if you're familiar with Emily Manette's game. Uni going short from the goal kick. But then Manley kind of puzzled them, so it was didn't really give him avenues to play out from the back. So now, let's see, keep an eye on Burton. Yep, she's up quickly. And Biasi. Intensity out there from both sides. Gilbane, I think, yep, she's won the throw-in off Backhouse. Dummy from Alexia Karastal. Nice, finding Manette. And Karastal again, looking for Basto, and almost, but not quite, breaks for Biasi. Gilbane down the line, and Montenegro opts for the sideline. Gilbane delivers. Stewart's going to attack this, but it's touch off. Well, definitely not off the foot. Maybe the thigh or the torso, but whatever it was, Robertson knew she could pick the ball up. Now, it's going to be a sore one, so you have the Manley physio straight on the field. And of course, you have to take head injuries with the utmost seriousness. It's Phoebe Gilbane, the Manley captain, so firstly, let's hope that she's okay. It's one of those things, definitely no intent, and no one is suggesting that. So while Phoebe Gilbane is receiving treatment, I might just go hunting for the identity of this scorer in the game being played concurrently to us at Lambert Park. And it looks like, I reckon that's Alyssa Wynnum. Oh no, okay. Wrong, not for the first time tonight. Looks, the graphic saying Alyssa McKenzie. Where's her name there? Actually, apologies, I've forgotten the first name, but whatever it is, McKenzie, very early goal after 2.5 minutes. That's what has given the team from Sydney's West a win over RPL Leichhardt, the defending premiers and inaugural Sapphire Cup winners from last year. Good to see at least Gilbane getting slowly back up to her feet. Of course, she'll have to be off the field until Lara Hogan waves her back on. And yeah, we just can't be too careful with any even vaguely suspected head knock. I suppose this is the time to recap. If you've just joined us, Eric Subihano with the commentary here from the Lucas Neal stand at Cromer Park. Manly United 1 over UNSW 0, and that goal coming in the 6th minute from Tegan Biasi, her fourth goal of the campaign. Now, how bad I could see Phoebe Gilbane just walking off. with the physio, so hopefully it's not too long before the Manly skipper's back on the field. And this stoppage might, because I love the Sapphire Cup, I believe it's the greatest cup competition in the world, might just talk about that for a minute. Fortunately, don't think any games will be streamed, but we're we're halfway through the quarter-final stage. I know last week, Spirit beat Coogee United from Eastern Suburbs Premier League by 6-2 at I believe the synthetic field at Heffron Park. So Spirit are into the semi-finals. And they're joined by their near neighbours Northern Tigers, who beat Gladesville Ravens 4-0 at North Turramurra Recreation Area. So an exact copy in terms of the scoreline to the Sapphire Cup semi-final between Tigers and Ravens from last year, which I called the day after arriving back from a holiday. And there's Gilbane. Good to see he's back on the field and slamming it towards Emily Minette on halfway. Good target forward play, and Gilbane will be after this. So now Biasi thinking about how best to support her. Biasi has dragged a defender out wide. Now attacking the byline once again. Wins the corner kick. Right, yes, just quickly, the two remaining Sapphire Cup quarterfinals, both on Wednesday the 17th in 3 days' time. I already mentioned the Women of the Hills. Hills United hosting Sydney University at Bella Vista Public School. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff. By the way, if you're at Bella Vista Public School for whatever reason and you see a weirdo with tattoos who's always looking at his phone, come and say hi to me. And the other Sapphire Cup final, same day, 6 p.m., Jubilee Stadium, RPL Leichhardt versus Sydney Olympic. Caristal delivers. And, there's a bunch of players up, and then kind of none of them could make a telling touch towards goal. Now, potential counterattack as Lemon looking to hold it up for her teammates. Cabezas read that well. Now, it's Biasi with possession and 3 options in front of her, but couldn't find any of them. So Puxty, but then Phoebe Gilbane, she was already on the move even before Puxty played that pass. And UNSW with Santos. And Santos again. Now Smith. Yeah. Yeah, they'll try the other side. The University of New South Wales. And Manley, in this phase, being hard to play through, so maybe they might try to go over the blue jerseys. And Basto finds Caristal instead. Now, that's worked out for Sarah Moore. Everts looking for Cameron, and that instead will go over the touchline. It's an interesting challenge. It's at Manly opposing, I think, this formation switch, I believe, in recent times. Tom Hopley now going to 3-5-2 as well. Hold that thought, because Ariela Cabezas, one of the back three, has found a lot of room, and the options are coming. So Cabezas low. Caristal, she doesn't reach it. Here's Gilbane, and it's tipped over. Fingertips from Robertson. Great save. Going to be a corner. But it was actually, that'll please the home side. You had one of the back three, Cabezas, making the break on one side, eventually finding the right wing back on the other side, Gilbane. And Gilbane nearly doubled her tally for the season. Caristal will take this corner in front of the Peeler building. But I just don't know, because I've had this question. No, that's not. That's actually not part of Cromer Park. So that's just a business Peeler getting some, shall we say, some free advertising every time. Every time we broadcast a home game here. Good luck to them. As Caristal delivers. And it's up by Minette, saved on the line. And yeah, it's another good save from Robertson. And Minette rose highest. We know how good she is in the air. And Robertson has stopped it from crossing the goal line. Headed by Gilbane. Now, could be pressure here. So it's Backhouse dropping a little bit deeper and broken up by Bozanic. Backhouse again, and the first touch doesn't beat Gilbane. That's a good defending there. Here's Sarah Moore. Now Puxty. That's right. She's the other former Emerging Jets player now at UNSW. And Puxty, interesting ball for Santos, covered by Winkler. And Drever sends it over the sideline. So back to that point about Marcela Santos's short sleeves and gloves. Reminds me of legendary Dutch striker Viviana Miedema, who scores so many goals. Firstly for Arsenal, she's just moved to Man City, but yeah, I mean, if it's good enough for her, it should be good enough for anyone. Uni standing off for now. And Burton. Now Caristal. Biasi. And Biasi runs into Everts. Excellent tackle from Abigail Everts. That will Backhouse. She's fast, but not fast enough to reel that in. So now I want to actually. Don't know. I was expecting a 3-5-2. I wonder if Manley might have changed back to a 4-3-3. I'll have to see how they're going in more for the remainder of this half, and there's about 10 minutes left of that. I know they were definitely a 3-5-2 when I called them 2 weeks ago against the Spartans. But, maybe Tom Hopley's deciding to keep everyone guessing. Gilbane sends it forward. Now Puxty, and Puxty, it's blocked off by Winkler. Bozanic. And now Gilbane. Good turn from Biasi. Now Caristal. And Caristal tried to disguise the pass, but then it doesn't quite work out. Backhouse going to take it the other way. Abby Lemon's in quite a bit of space on the far side. Instead they go left. Puxty continuing the run, and the centre back, she might be trying to get all the way into the box. Santos. Smith. And then it's good defending from Manley, slowing them down so everyone could get behind the ball. Lamont. Now, I think that's Cameron, but seen out of play by Nicole Stewart. I mean, I'm no round ball analyst, that's for sure. Still don't know if it's a 3-5-2 or a 4-3-3. Oh well. Maybe you can figure it out before me and message me. Anyway, here's Burton. Now, Caristal threading it, but yeah, I think this time Everts got the jump on Biasi. And Caristal so busy in midfield as always and loops it over a defender. Biasi again, there's a runner. That's Basto, but it's kind of the space closed just in time from a Uni perspective. Now Santos has won that little duel with Winkler, and there'll be a chance. It's Caristal who has to be back defending. And despite away team protestations, it was ruled that Alexia Caristal got the ball cleanly. Cabezas taking it forward. And then just the touch off Stewart's a bit loose. Now, I think it's that player that Caristal tackled. I think it was Sarah Moore. She's back on her feet and chasing after this one. This time it's against Winkler. And Moore, I was going to say she's got the jump, but she got the jump on Winkler because she's offside. Montenegro gets to it, but now Montenegro then is quick enough to stop Minette from turning and running. Now Puxty. The gap between those two Manly players closed. Cabezas. Here's Stewart. One-on-one with Cameron. Stewart just going to hold down R2, and the second defender needs to come into play. Abigail Evans shepherds it over for a goal kick. Interesting point about that Sapphire Cup game in 3 days' time. RPL Leichhardt versus Sydney Olympic. 6 p.m. at Kogarah, or Jubilee Stadium, as it's officially known. It's actually part of a women's and men's doubleheader, a midweek doubleheader. You don't get them too often. You got a Sapphire Cup game at 6 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. scheduled an NPL men's game between Olympic and RPL. And I know what some of you will be thinking. Wait a minute, the knockout game is first? What happens if it goes to extra time? Yeah, it's a good question. If you like chaos, just like I do, you'll want that cup game to go to penalties so that the NPL men's game then kicks off at about 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night. I think that'd be hilarious. So I think I might have a friend in the media team who go at Jubilee on Wednesday night, so at least I'll keep updated with whatever chaos or otherwise happens in that doubleheader between RPL and Olympic. Good touch from Santos, and she turns. And did not pull the trigger before Stewart sends it towards Smith, and Smith almost lost out to Karastal. Now that, Santos, good run. Now she needs the options in the middle, but in fact Stewart, how quick she is. Santos hasn't given it up. She'll get into the box before Winkler aims for the fence. I think I just heard a fan refer to Marcela Santos as Marcy. I mean, it's my favorite nickname for someone named Marcela Santos. I think I'll just use her full name, because, yeah. I think Marcela Santos sounds better. Now Dravo. Gilbane had the hand up, but instead it goes short to Burton. Gilbane's on the move, but as it's Biasi dropping deep, and deeper. Burton again. Puxty, yeah, she knows, and she would know. She did play in the it's in the round 7 game between these two teams. UNSW saw exactly what Emily Minette can do. In fact, it was Leah Puxty who gave UNSW an early lead with a long-range bomb, but 2 Emily Minette goals just after halftime gave Manley the 3 points. So Puxty, understandably, very keen to stop Emily Minette from getting any space with the ball. And she plays it forward. Moore couldn't spin past 2 players. Bazanic holds off Moore. Bazanic, a former Jet, in some sense, a former Newcastle Jets player in the A-League. And now Cabezas. Wide option is Stewart. Most of UNSW are back here. Now it's sent forward. Accurate. Biasi shoots. Well, she would have shot, but Backhouse has blocked the effort. Lemon just scrambling it forward. Gilbane, nice fake. Phoebe Gilbane sent the defender for a hot dog there, and then it's Burton. Stay forward from centre back, but committing an indiscretion. Yeah, that's a fairly obvious tug of the jersey. Nearly at half-time. Of course, no 4th official in NPL women, so it's a kind of an old-school football viewing experience in at least one sense. You just have to guess how much time added on is played at the end of each half. Montenegro. Backhouse couldn't keep it in play. Manley trying again. Stewart, well, she's going to put the pressure on Cameron. Cameron has to hurry. Stewart might get there first. And Stewart lost her balance and no decision there. Cameron, in the end, beaten to the first touch of the ball. They're just enough to stop Nicole Stewart from pulling the trigger. And as that should, well, it's an awkward hop for Robertson. There's a bobble before, that's a fairly straightforward decision for Lara Hogan. Free kick to UNSW. And Nicole Stewart, who scored, I think, last weekend against Institute, and also was the player who scored Manley's first goal of the NPL women's season after about 30 seconds away to RPL Leichhardt, a game Manley eventually won by a goal to nil. There you go. Now, there's Winkler. Strong against Santos. That's an interesting battle. That should continue throughout most of the, if not all of the rest of the game, as Santos takes it off Winkler. Cabezas helping out. Back heel there. Fired low and backwards pass. It was a decent shot, and it's had Draver worried. Chloe Smith from way downtown. Troubling Manley in the dying stages of the first half. It was millimeters away from equalizing the score. Here's Burton. Good header from Montenegro. The Mon blots a copybook a little bit, but then makes up for it straight away. There's a lesson for all the kids. Don't drop your head when you give away the ball. Try and win it back straight away. And Lamont again. Backhouse. It's unlucky there from a uni perspective. Backhouse found some decent space on the grandstand side of the field. Ball just a little bit behind her. Montenegro. And wins the throw off Gilbane. Just a quick reminder that, as always, keep an eye out on NPL New South Wales socials for the team of the week. But before we talk about that, it's half time, and Manly United looking good so far as the teams head into the dressing sheds. An early goal from Tegan Biasi has given the team from the Northern Beaches a 1-0 lead. I hope you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. We'll take a break of about 10 minutes or so, then we'll be back for the second half.
BrownBrothersBins.com.au. Brown Brothers Skip Bins. Their business is picking up. disposal and cleanup to recycling and even secure document disposal. Highly effective and environmentally friendly, Brown Brothers skip bins will ensure that you aren't trying to push the proverbial up a hill. So give Brown Brothers skip bins a call on 9999 6466 or visit them at www.brownbrothersbins.com.au. Brown Brothers skip bins, their business is picking up. Now don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that NPL New South Wales men's will be making their return to Cromer Park on Friday the 19th of July, where they'll be hosting the Marconi Stallions. Make sure you get down here for Cromer Park on Friday when your Manley United FC play up your light card. And then following that, the Wounds will be making their return. Look good, play good in your very own team kit, provided by Best Team Sport. Take your game to the next level with a great range of football jersey, kits and accessories, perfect for any club or casual team. 100% Australian owned, with the best in customer service and turnaround, you can be assured that you will be looking your sporting best when you go out on the field. So get in touch with JK and the team at Unit 1, 16 Aquatic Drive, Francis Forest, or go online at bestteamsport.com.au. Best Team Sport, official clothing partners of your Manly United FC. Please welcome the two teams out on the field. The second half of NPL New South Wales Women's. The University of New South Wales and your Manly United FC. The half-time score, Manly United 1, University of New South Wales 0.
Welcome back to the second half of our NPL Women's New South Wales coverage from Cromer Park. The Queens of the Northern Beaches, Manly United, a goal to the good as we head into the second period. An early strike from Tegan Biasi, a thumping one that the uni keeper, Tiana Robertson, could do nothing about. And that's how we got to where we are. Manly United 1, University of New South Wales 0. Well, with half the game gone, there's half the game still to go. And plenty of things could still change. Now, I think I'll remind you of the two lineups out there. There's the whistle from the referee, Lara Hogan. Away we go for the second period. I know Manly United are unchanged, and I believe UNSW are in a similar position. I'm just going to need to check some faces and shirt numbers before I confirm that for all of you. Carastal towards the goal scorer, Biasi, and an early defensive test. Well, early in the second half, a defensive test for Sabine Montenegro. Cut back, and it'll make its way to Stewart. It's a clean strike, but straight at Robertson. And I think a reminder of that Manly lineup. So in goal for them, number 21, Jodie Draver. 3 at the back, number 12, Ariela Cabezas. Number 34, Corinne Winkler. And number 14, Leah Burton. 5 across the midfield. So on the left, number 5, Nicole Stewart. On the right, the captain, number 2, Phoebe Gilbane. In central midfield, number 20, Sian Bazanic. Number 15, Emily Basto. And number 10, Alexia Carastal. The 2 up front, number 9, Emily Minette. And number 11, Tegan Biasi. Manly attacking, it's kept in, and Minette trying to lurk for a chance. Gilbane sends it up and over. Now, there was a goal at Lambert Park at the end of the first half. Apia have equalised the goal from Chiara De Domizio, so 1-1 in what I like to call the Ashley Crofts derby between Apia Leichhardt and Blacktown Spartans. You could also call it, I suppose you could also call it the Tanya Barazio derby, or the Brad Attar derby. And I might be able to think of a few other names. Here's Maya Cameron. Cameron is coming off her first season with Canberra United, that beloved team down in the nation's capital. And actually, shout out to Maya Cameron, who certainly wants everyone to know that she has played for Canberra United, uploading her Canberra United publicity photo into Dribble, so that every time we look at the competition's website, we see her in that green jersey. That's a very smart move from young Maya. She's been advised well. That will go the way of the visitors. Actually, now that I look at the competition's website, more. Actually, speaking of A-League women publicity photos, the player played the ball forward right now. Abby Lemon did likewise. She's used her Sydney FC photo. Very smart. Now, Cameron. Lemon was the closest to it, but Manly got there first. Lemon. Now forward by Winkler. So as the two teams try to battle for the ascendancy in the second half, and foul committed by Carastal. Of course, before I forget, of course, it's July the 14th, and this is of course, YouTube. You can watch it wherever you are in the world. So if there's any French people watching, happy Bastille Day. Certainly a historic, July the 14th, a historic day in the history of the French nation. Now, I mentioned Leah Puxty scoring from long range the first time these two teams met in round 7. This time she'll clip it in. Santos is closest to it. Backhouse! It's in! Talia Backhouse has equalised. It's a 1. How about the cushion touch from Marcela Santos to set it up? Talia Backhouse has scored her 4th goal of the season. It's 1-1 between Manly and UNSW. The set piece pays dividends. Leah Puxty put it right on the money for Marcela Santos. Backhouse, what a mid-season signing she's been. Her fourth goal since joining UNSW in the mid-season transfer window. Now, certainly everything to play for here. Lovely left-footed finish. Jodie Draver left with no chance. Now, the dummy from Carastal. She gets around Cameron, but Everts looks to have the situation under control. That'll certainly... Well, certainly gets people's attention. It's now well past 8 p.m. here on a typically cold July night here in the northern beaches. And temperatures are dropping, but Talia Backhouse has absolutely heated up the action with that equalizer. A well-taken goal as well. Lemon plays it forward. Winkler. And then the header, I think, from Everts. Now, yes, still need to check that UNSW didn't sneak a sub on at halftime when I wasn't looking. Good quick feed from Lemon there. And now Lemon again. Well, no foul. Biasi chops past the player, and Biasi sets it up for Minette. That's a lovely pass, tight angle, and Minette does not opt to shoot. Stewart. And Stewart, the 1-2. And Stewart, that tackle had to be cleaned by Maya Cameron inside the box. And going to assume, as the 11's pressing from the front for Uni, I'm going to assume they haven't made any subs at halftime, and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. So that UNSW lineup in goal. Number 1, Tiana Robertson. 4 at the back from left to right. That's number 15, Sabine Montenegro. Number 5, Leah Puxty. Number 37, Abigail Everts. And number 44, Maya Cameron. 3 in midfield. Number 6, Chloe Smith. Number 48, Jasmine Lemon. And number 88, Sarah Moore. And the 3 up front. At centre forward, it's number 11, Marcela Santos. She's flanked on the left by number 45, Talia Backhouse. And number 49, Abby Lemon. Speaking of Abby Lemon, this is Cromer Park, a ground that should hold a close place in her heart. It's the ground where she made her A-League Women debut for Sydney FC. I hope she remembers it, because I certainly do. And I think from memory, in a game against Melbourne Victory, which Sydney FC won by 2-0. And Abby Lemon, who's kind of been around the world in her career. She's played youth from memory for Spirit when they were known as the Koalas, then for Spartans. If you don't know her next club, you'll never guess it, because it was Levante in Spain. Then back to Spartans. And in between stints at, more recent stints at Spartans, Abby Lemon found the time to be a part of 2 A-League Women Championship winning teams with Sydney FC, before making UNSW her latest football home. Now here's Lemon on the ball. Santos furthest forward, trying to time a run. I think she stayed on side. It was a slightly awkward pass, and that battle between Santos and Winkler will resume. That's going to be good watching over the remainder of the contest. And they're going to leave the throw for Cameron. Like someone with the same but here's Lemon turning. Lemon clips it far post, but sticky gloves from Draver. That's great work. And Lemon didn't have a lot of space to work with, but she's one of a number of players in this league with a futsal background. Actually, by my very manual unofficial tally, Manley's 4th corner of the evening. And now, I was wondering Well, look, there's... He's going to come... Central option as Basto rides the challenge. Oh, Manley win it back quickly. Here's Cabezas settling for the throw-in off Cameron. Cabezas. And now is Minette in the box here, and Minette's still going. And was that touched? Yeah, touched by Robertson, who was not beaten from the acute angle. Another Manley corner. As always, Caristal, the dead ball situation. Everyone back for Uni except Marcela Santos. Although even she's kind of go just outside the edge of the box to cover Bozanic. Anyway, here's the delivery. And there's the header. Well, it's header from University of New South Wales. Basto looks to keep it alive. And I think that was Lemon just sending it away before it's returned. Did Biasi get onside in time? No, she did not. As we look ahead to upcoming fixtures for these two teams for the remainder of July, Manly United in 7 days' time, assuming the weather plays nice and this game doesn't get washed out. Manly will have an away game against Sydney Olympic, Sunday 21st of July, 3 p.m. from Jubilee Stadium in Kogarah. Off Cabezas, and then Limon founds Lemon. By the way, kind of an amusing point, like with Jasmine Limon and Abby Lemon on the same team. I mean, those of you who know basic Spanish will know Limon is the Spanish word for lemon. I'm constantly amused by these two being teammates. Apparently it's not the first time it's happened either. You know, Limon goes to Backhouse. And the only way is backwards. Manly getting back into their defensive shape. And yes, after Manly play, the Sunday 21st of July, 3 p.m. kickoff at Jubilee Stadium. Oh, they're away to Northern Tigers. They finish the month back here at Cromer Park. 5 p.m. kickoff, Sunday 28th of July. They host Emerging Jets. Cameron just not the right contact. So it's Stewart standing out with those bright orange boots. And standing out with her play this evening as well. Biasi. Gilbane is ahead of Biasi. Looking more centrally, Caristal. Into the middle. And Everts plays it to safety. For University of New South Wales, well, we'll see how this phase of play plays at first. They have an interesting schedule coming up, as I think that's Smith. Corner. Despite Uni protestations, it will be another corner for Manly. UNSW in 7 days' time. They're also away. They're at the Arctic Circle. I think that's a 5:30 p.m. kickoff on Sunday the 21st of July, playing Northwest Sydney Spirit. And they got midweek action. Thursday night football, Thursday the 25th of July, away to Sydney Olympic at Petermore Field. Well, assuming Petermore Field doesn't get washed out. Long-time fans of the venue will know what that place is like. Here's Caristal. Robertson is up and claims very well under traffic, under heavy pressure from Stewart. You'll note, Tana Robertson, not the tallest keeper, but as we saw in her A-League Women Adventures a couple of months ago with the Jets, it's certainly no indicator of a lack of quality. She's been very good between the sticks. Robertson was the keeper that helped. Was the regular starting keeper when University of New South Wales were promoted to NPL from League One Women's at the end of last season, as Limon sends that into the Lucas Neal stand and a couple of people need to take evasive action. Yes, Tiana Robertson, actually, as a keeper, very good in traffic from that kind of situation. Stewart looking for something resembling space, and wins the free kick off Smith. Now, Carastal has scored with a free kick for Manley already since joining them. She's also scored from long range, way out, like 55 yards or so against Stingrays. So can she kind of repeat that feat here as there's 3 in the wall? Now she changes it up, and then it's Minette's going to try her hardest. And, well, she did keep it in play, but Cameron, she's played it straight to Burton. Now, Biasi. Biasi runs into a wall of students. Santos right in front of the patrons on the far post. And good to see them hanging around despite the low temperatures. And Cabezas doesn't take any risks. So now, for UNSW, it's a chance to step up. Past the hour mark here at Cromer Park. If you've just joined us, Eric Subihano with the commentary here from the Lucas Neal stand. It's 1-1 between Manly United and University of New South Wales. Tegan Biasi opening the scoring very early on. For Manly, Uni's equalizer coming just after halftime, courtesy of Talia Backhouse. And going around to grounds, it's also 1-1 in the game at Lambert Park. That's also, looks to be a couple of minutes behind us, but approaching the hour mark in Leichhardt. 1-1 between RPL Leichhardt and the Blacktown Spartans in, what do we call it this time? The Rihanna Polachina plate? Yeah, something like that. The Sally James Joust. Puxty cushions it for Maya Cameron. Cabezas. By the way, Cabezas also rocking the Viviana Miedema look with the short sleeves and the gloves. Now, first substitution of the game, and it's going to be Manly's usual captain. She's good to see her back from injury. Ruby Jackson replaces Emily Basto after a productive midfield shift from Emily Basto over the first hour or so. That looks to be a straight swap, midfielder for midfielder. And Ruby Jackson, I think, from memory, her and Phoebe Gilbane, the players at least in this Manly matchday squad who've been at the club the longest. Well over a decade, if you count youth, well over a decade for both Jackson and Gilbane. And now, here's another Manly corner, their 7th of the game. Just for some reason, I just feel like reminding people that attacking set piece is an opportunity for both teams to score. Just in case it happens. And 2 players, I think that's Stewart and Burton, providing the nuisance value for Manly in front of Robertson as it's delivered. Touch away, and Winkler just touch off Winkler. So University again more excellent set piece defending to add to their goal that they scored with a set piece early in the second half. I think that's Gilbane now. Carastal. Gilbane again, finding Carastal again. There's deflection. Deflection makes it straightforward for Robertson. I think I mentioned earlier the, of course, given the competition rules for NPL Women's New South Wales, the consequences of finishing bottom of the NPL Women's Club Championship, taken the club championship, by the way, involving points from under-18s, reserve grade, and first grade. So UNSW very keen to make sure their stay in NPL is not a one-season stay, and that race to avoid the bottom spot looks to be between UNSW and the Blacktown Spartans. But been positive results today for UNSW. A draw in under-18s against Manley United's very good under-18s team, And then, as I said earlier, a win in the reserve grade game. Yeah, well, if you want a further explanation of the club championship, Google the 2024 Football New South Wales competition regulations and read it yourself, because it's complicated, to say the least. But just win, baby. That would be my advice to any team. Carastal fouled, and saw one, might need some treatment. The physio already waiting for permission to enter the field. Actually, I think we're able to see, we're able to hear Lara Hogan's excellent voice projection. I think Carastal just taking a breather. She doesn't want the physio to come on. But my fortunate one, I don't think there was any intent. No one from Manley is suggesting that Carastal just win it. Good to see she's back up to her feet. Now, I might just drip feed next week's NPL women's streams that you can watch. You can watch on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. It will start. There's a Saturday night game, Saturday 20th of July, 6:30 p.m. from North Taramara Recreation Area. Northern Tigers versus Gladesville Ravens. That'll be called by Interlions under-20 superstar Annabelle Banfield. She loves the Saturday games, then she can play for Interlions on the Sunday. Stewart gets the touch. Now, Cabezas. Robertson is up, and she was actually good to see the defenders protecting her as well from any oncoming attackers. Now, then, well, Uni fans of a nervous disposition would not have wanted to see that. Robertson just deciding to drop the ball on the turf in front of the keeper, then trying a drag back in front of the opposition's leading scorer. Like I said, she's good with the ball at her feet. And anyway, Santos to Cameron's overlapping run. Too many blue jerseys in the way, and a good tackle from the Manley captain. And yeah, Jackson providing support. Oh, it's a big run. Too much of an ask for Manley's number 6, that pass. Then, yes, as I said earlier, Sunday 21st of July, 3 p.m. kickoff at Jubilee Stadium in Kogarah between Sydney Olympic and Manly United. I can tell you that is the match of the round. And a match of the round certainly deserves Nicola's dulcet tones. Then the 5 p.m. kickoffs in 7 days' time. Firstly, from Lambert Park, Apia Leichhardt. Actually, Apia Leichhardt versus Sydney University, a matchup I like to refer to as the Tory Tuniff Trophy. But yeah, Apia Leichhardt versus Sydney Uni, called by William Constantinidis. Carastal kept it in, and then wins the throw off Everts. Also at 5 p.m. on the 21st, Sunday the 21st, Blacktown Spartans versus MacArthur Rams, called by Dave McDonald. I like to call that the Stephen Peters plate for reasons. And then also at 5 p.m. on the 21st, Illawarra Stingrays versus Bulls FC Academy, called by Wollongong sax boy Thomas Phillips, a man who's as good with the saxophone as he is with a microphone. Stewart to the byline. Low and cross-blocked. Then the other 5 p.m. kickoff on the 21st and Sunday. I like to call this the Battle of the Kids, Emerging Jets versus Football New South Wales Institute from Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. Now Lemon, just couldn't make it stick, Abby Lemon. By the way, me and my friends greatly amused that someone named Abby Lemon is playing for a team with those colour jerseys. Makes sense. Also makes sense that you used to play for Spirit now, come to think of it. And by the way, the latest of the kickoffs next weekend in NPL Women's, Sunday 21st of July, 5:30 p.m. from the Arctic Circle, beloved nickname for Spirit's home ground, Spirit versus University of New South Wales. That will be called by Kate Allman. Kate Allman has A-League women commentary experience and a wonderful addition to our commentary team. Shout out to our media manager, the Greek god of football New South Wales, Mark Stavroulakis, for securing her services. As Minette tries from long range, and that Robertson, good sense of the goal, knew it was going wide. Actually, just a reminder, I've forgotten the League One Women's match of the round. I got to check my emails. Oh, yes, that's right. That is a big game, actually. Stewart is driven backwards, and now Santos trying to get involved. Now Chloe Smith. Carousel gets the foot in the way. Now nice flick from Lemon. Marcela Santos has options and tried to find Backhouse's run. That is excellent positioning from Burton to stop the crossfield ball. And it's a Manley throw. Ah, yes. In 7 days' time, the League One women's match is around, the featured game from the second tier. This is massive. 3 p.m. Sunday, the 21st of July. Mount Druitt Town Rangers versus Bankstown City from Poppendetta Park. And that'll be called by the Professor, Melissa Muscat. That Mount Druitt Bankstown City game has consequences for the League One Women's Premiership, for the Club Championship, for finals, and all kinds of things. So it's the right commentator to call that one. As a potentially iconic game certainly needs an iconic caller, and that's what Melissa certainly is. I think we're going to see the first uni substitution of the evening soon, as that player with the bib on is getting ready, doing her last little warm-ups. I can tell you it's not Amanda Lavaskovic. That's all I've got for you. I'll find out when she takes the bib off and I see the shirt number. Now, Gabriel Knowles, the uni coach, instructions to a second player, so I wonder, I'll have to keep an eye on that technical area. Good thing it's right in front of us here in the Lucas Neal stand. No. If you're familiar with my commentary, you know what I don't like. Multiple subs at the far side of the ground. So my eyes ain't what they used to be. Cameron getting the shouts. Back heel from Santos. Could be up for grabs here. Sarah Moore. Sarah Moore tries another back heel with less success. And Caristal sees the open player centrally. That's Biasi. Biasi past Smith. Now, Uni have numbers back. Manley going to give it a good shot anyway in the touch. Robertson. Well, there's a little bit of a hesitation I saw from the keeper, but then she's so brave, Tiana Robertson. I remember noticing that when she was at Emerging Jets, diving at Emily Manette's feet. And I think the goalkeeping coaches would also notice the good starting position. That's why she was out to the edge of the box very quickly. There's Lemon playing it forward. Gilbane. Lemon again. It's off her. It's off the former young Matilda for the throw-in. Now, number 3, Jasmine Maguire, is getting ready to come onto the field. As is number 9, Tiana Petkovsky. Yes. Okay, so looks like Marcela Santos, who I noticed was getting some intense physio treatment at half-time, is one of the players to make way. Number 44, Maya Cameron, is the other player. So looks like 2 straight swaps. Jasmine Maguire to right back, replacing Cameron, and Tiana Petkovsky, who scored twice this season, and one of those goals during my commentary. Tiana Petkovsky up front, replacing Santos. Minette, strong in the challenge, but then it's sent forward by Puxty to Petkovsky. Her first touch. And good target forward play. Now there's options. Here's Lemon. Lemon, great feet. Footwork that would do the fine folk at Jewel Warriors proud, but then, well, there's a commentator's curse. She's just giving the ball away. I'm sorry, Abby. Here's Cabezas getting forward again from that Manley back 3. I mean, I've noticed it. It's close enough to a back 3 for me to describe their formation as 3-5-2, although notice it looks like a 4-3-3 in phases. As Draver plays it to Burton. Uni looking to squeeze the space, but Manley have worked it out to Bozanic. Biasi, good run between centre back and full back. Montenegro has the scramble. Biasi has 2 options in the middle. Chops past Montenegro nicely. And now the cutback. Here's Stewart. And didn't get the contact right at all. But that's wonderful run from Tegan Biasi as we're into the final half an hour. Score still locked. Game very much up for grabs with the scoreline at 1-1. As Tegan Biasi opened the scoring for Manley United in the early minutes, and then just after half-time, Talia Backhouse equalised. Both of those players, by the way, scoring their 4th of the campaign. Can report still 1-1 between Apia Leichhardt and the Blacktown Spartans at Lambert Park. Robertson to go long from the goal kick. Good header, so Puxty will be after this one. And, good pressing from, I think that's Biasi. Another cross. And touch off the new player, Maguire. Does enough for now. Here's Caristal. And Stewart, a turn. There's a clean tackle. And Caristal, almost the perfect pass for Biasi. Now, Nicole Stewart, by the way, still down on the synthetic turf, but Jackson will continue. And now Stewart's back to her feet. And good work from Cabezas. She crosses. Robertson falls on the ball. Now, does that be a good company man? In fact, we'll actually have Nicole Stewart needs some treatment, but time to be a good company man and remind everyone of NPL New South Wales socials tomorrow. You can expect the NPL Women's Team of the Week, which consists of the 3-2-1 votes from the Football New South Wales media for all NPL women's games played over the weekend. Always interesting to see who makes the Team of the Week. So yeah, Amanda Lavaskovic, number 7, is the third uni player to come onto the third uni substitute to come onto the field this evening. She replaces number 45, Talia Backhouse. So making away from the field is number 45, Talia Backhouse. Sorry, just taking a drink. As I said earlier, I've been here since 8 a.m. It's been an outrageously long day. And I've got a long drive to work tomorrow. And a long drive home tonight. Oh well. Cabezas used those gloved hands to fling it. Now Biasi gets the better of Everts. And it's up trying to take on 3. And Tegan Biasi looking to go all the way through before the shepherding work in the end. I think possibly that was actually Chloe Smith helping out of defense, making sure there was some protection for the keeper, Tiana Robertson. Actually, by the way, I think I forgot this point. Sarah Moore, another former Emerging Jets player now at UNSW, just like Robertson, Smith, and Puxty. Now Stewart back up and running. Maguire. Good turn under pressure. Switch wide to Lemon. Now Lemon. Lemon trying to put backspin on that. Good ball for Sarah Moore. Has to use the body up against 2. And now Manley will take it forward with Cabezas. And that's a throw-in. Despite the very optimistic claim from that uni fan. A claim for a throw-in that was as optimistic as the last time I asked someone out on a date. Come on, man. Smith. Now, it could be an interesting ball for Lemon. And Lemon turns past Winkler, looking to keep it alive for Petkovsky. Moore. Now that was dealt with by Manley, although Robertson, if it wasn't for that header, and Gilbane is now feeling very sore. Robertson almost played a great through ball for the player on the far side, which might actually be Leah Puxty, who's a centre back, but is in this phase of play, a left winger. And there's, could be, well, it was about, oh, that's the epoxy, my bad, I'm confused. Sorry, that was the man, Levaskevich. Levaskevich, who's, wide, yeah. The epoxy didn't make a centre back run. My apologies. Gilbane read that well, but doesn't work out for a teammate. And Lemon will step forward. Maguire. Now Evans, and the touch well. A couple of rebounds work out for Cabezas. Stewart, it's a good tackle from Jasmine Maguire, and I think that's a throw, not a corner. Keep it short, and then, says that all one. Not getting back onside after taking the throw in, so Cabezas caught out there. To the final 10 minutes, it's a game very finely poised. Manley love 3 points to really boost their charge for making the top 4 final series. UNSW looking for more club championship points, as Jackson doesn't get it past the yellow jerseys. Oh, lovely footwork from Chloe Smith, and it's open right up here. Smith. And Phoebe Gilbane with the positioning. She read that like the Manly Daily. That was never getting to Levaskevich. Stewart. Oh, it's a lovely ball, but Minette looked open, but it's because Minette had moved too early. Flag up from Lucas Klosterhof, the assistant in front of the far post. Now Petkovsky, he's got the fresh legs, not quite fresh enough. It's a big chase. Had the jump and Winkler, but the ball beat both of them. Still 1-1 at Lambert Park between RPL Leichhardt and Blacktown Spartans. And that is about to enter the final 10 minutes. Though I did see some stoppages. I was trying very feebly to multitask, but do wonder, I get the feeling there might be a fair bit of stoppage time at the end of that one. Now, here's Lemon. Petkovsky. And Petkovsky up against 3. Gets it away to Maguire. Maguire goes direct. Acrobatics from Jackson. And Smith. Good turn again. Now work backwards. Here's Abigail Evetts. A lot of competition out there to get the 3-2-1 votes and have a chance to be in the NPL Women's Team of the Week for round 20. Cabezas, good distance with that header. And Cabezas header. That's another funny one for those of you that know basic Spanish. But it's Maguire inside. Got quick throw. More. And Lemon. This time the touch is the team from the Northern Beaches. Manley working it slowly up the field by way of throw-in. And Cabezas just trying to get out of the way of those uni players warming up. Now, strong tackle from Stewart. And Parksty up against 2. Goes wide. First touch from Levaskevich. And then, well, that then blotted her copybook almost immediately, but recovers before it becomes a turnover. The jacket's off for Ellie Kerr. She's about to get a bit of a run in first grade. Manley's number 33, a forward he gets a lot of time in the reserve grade team. As Petkovsky almost got the better of Winkler there. Lemon. It's just this game feels like, because we're into the final 5 minutes of regulation, it's there for someone to be the hero. Still feels like there's going to be one more goal. But for who? I hear you ask. There's more optimistic calls for a throw-in, and then Stewart wins the free kick.
Substitution for your Manley 9FC.
Nicole Stewart not exactly moving freely. Perhaps that's why she's been replaced, but a really energetic shift as always from Manley's number 5. Nicole Stewart is replaced by Ellie Kerr. Looks like she'll go wide on the left in the closing stages for the hosts. Good turn. That's a nice introduction to the game by Ellie Kerr. And couldn't find Biasi. To Kerr again. She shoots. And that will go to Robertson. But then and now, well, I mean, let's see a bit of time added on here. That's for Lara Hogan to decide. But Puxty, she'll get up. Ooh, well, that's we've all been there. But she doesn't want to leave the field at such a crucial stage of the game. Just running through the scorelines for those who perhaps are not aware of them. I'd love to go around the grounds. It's kind of one of the 2 later kickoffs this evening, but we've got the rest of the scores, at least from the earlier games for you. But first, Abby Lemon giving Sarah Moore something to chase. Jackson with a look over the shoulder, opts for safety. But yeah, well, so we got Bulls FC. We've got Spirit beating Bulls by a 0-0. Here's Lemon. Now Maguire, going to inadvertently flicked it up. Petkovsky. Fighting for possession now. Smith on the half turn. Smith looking for more, and almost worked out between the 2 former Jets. But yes, Spirit beat Bulls by 0-0 earlier today. Also a 3-3 draw between Rams and Tigers. Sydney Uni beat Olympic 4-1. 2-2 between Stingrays and Jets. Ravens beat Institute 4-1, and it's currently 1-1 between RPL Leichhardt and Blacktown Spartans. A game in the closing stages, just like this one. Kerr's the fresh legs. Now chance to run at them maybe. Said she looked for Minette. Puxty sends it away. Jackson. Now Manley were staying on the grandstand side of the field, and Kerr puts enough pressure on Everts to win the throw-in. 89th minute now. The most nervous time of the game. Now Minette turns, delivers, and it's somehow between Manley players there. Back into the middle. Not out of the box yet. Minette battling away. Quarter. In front of the canteen end at Cromer Park. Everyone moving back for UNSW. Minette's good in the air. So's Winkler. Ellie Kerr and Leah Burton standing right in front of Robertson to make it as difficult for the uni keeper as possible. Here we go from Karastal. Good header that. Bozanic. Now, Bozanic will have another go forward. Who stayed on side? There's a touch. Might break for Kerr. And Kerr shoots. No. That's that. No. It's handball. It's been called for a handball against Ellie Kerr. Nice finish. Not going to count. Going to time added on. How much time added on? I don't know. You tell me. And as Robertson goes long, maybe just one last plug for next weekend's games on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Maguire plays it forward. Just quickly, as Winkler gets the foot in there from Petkovsky. Now it's Jackson, and Petkovsky wins it back. Lemon wants the ball, wants it played directly. Might come through, but Winkler, good, experienced central defending to block off the run. But yes, Saturday 20th of July, 6:30 p.m. Northern Tigers versus Gladesville Ravens, called by Annabelle Banfield. Sunday 21st of July, 3 p.m. Sydney Olympic versus Manley United, called by Nicola Posder. Then Sunday 21st, 4 games at 5 p.m. RPL Leichhardt versus Sydney University, called by William Constantinidis. Blacktown Spartans versus MacArthur Rams, called by Dave McDonald. Illawarra Stingrays versus Bulls FC Academy, called by Thomas Phillips. And there's also Emerging Jets versus Football New South Wales Institute, offside against Uni. Then at 5:30 p.m. on the Sunday 21st, Spirit versus University of New South Wales, called by Kate Allman. There's also the League One Women's Match of the Round, 3 p.m. Sunday 21st of July. Mount Georgetown Rangers versus Bankstown City, called by the Professor, Football New South Wales media icon Melissa Muscat. Evans back to Robertson. And that escapes. I think Montenegro was closest to that. Players at their most tired. This is the time when you need concentration to be the highest, somewhat paradoxically, as it's out for a goal kick. And in fact, that's that. So it's on as even after all that effort and a high-quality game here at Cromer Park. It's finished. Tegan Biasi opened the scoring in the early stages. That goal was cancelled out just after the break by Talia Backhouse. That's how we got to where we are. You can switch over after I've finished talking to the very final minutes of the game at Lambert Park between RPL Leichhardt and Blacktown Spartans. That's 1-1. But for now, on behalf of Football New South Wales and today's camera operator Lydia, this is Eric Subihano signing off for our NPL women's coverage. Thanks for joining. Tattoos, Razzlers, and may you football win.